We're gonna get to talking about weapons and all that, but Cobweb was just talking about when he went to. Deb brought up that this weekend we went to medieval times. I keep on to saying medieval nights, but Cobweb said he went and they were talking about how much for an order of ribs with one rib going. This motherfucker went to Midwest times. Go to medieval times.
What you talking about, man? Medieval times out here give you one fucking rib. That's what they give you. That's why I said it was all pissed off and shit. You go in this motherfucker, they said, I was like, okay, you get rib. I'm thinking I'm getting like a few ribs. They say rib. You know, I'm just saying like that's a typo on the thing. You know what I'm saying? When it says rib. You know, and you get one motherfucker, she throw one rib on the damn plate. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
We're talking about the same place because they gave us like a tomato base.
But you got a tomato. Nice. You
got
one rib and one tomato.
No ribs.
It was tomato bisque.
Yes.
Right.
With the garlic bread.
With garlic bread. And then it was a whole chicken.
Yep.
A whole chicken.
Whole chicken. Half leg and everything.
Half a big ass potato.
Yep.
And then
the corn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because they get away with that shit out south like that. They ain't gonna get passed on you. Out here in the Midwest, they sucker you motherfuckers, man. Seriously, bro. They gave us one damn rib. Everything that sounded good on there, we ain't getting no whole chicken.
We got a whole chicken, and then for my birthday, they gave each of us a piece of cake. And
that was nice.
They brought me a cake with the candle, and then our waitress sang happy birthday to me and did this whole speech thing. It was pretty cool. And I thought I was recording her, and I wasn't.
Oh, okay. See, they didn't like that
speech too.
And then she did this whole thing.
They did an announcement.
And then I got knighted where they put the.
You got knighted.
Yeah.
By who?
The king and the queen.
Oh,
they knighted. What did they do? They brought you out there on the field. They brought you on the field of battle.
Now I'm royalty and I'm Lady Deborah.
Yep.
So you
must, Lady Deborah.
Yes, so you must now. I am no longer Deb. I am Lady Deborah.
Official
the
title.
Duchess, the Grand Duchess of Harlandale.
Wow.
I have my whole certificate and everything. I am now Lady Deborah.
The complete certificate, yeah.
Good for you, the Lady Deborah. That's cool. I didn't have that experience when I went.
Your Highness.
Because them mugs, no, man. I ain't messing around with them fools over there.
The only tomato bisque they had, Cobweb says that it was a big can of tomato soup that they used for the helmets.
Dude, man, come on. They got you feeling like you Pookie and shit. You know what I'm saying? Gonna give you one rib. Okay, come on, man. Who does that?
And a plate too. They could at least put it on a napkin. They put just a plate with one rib on it.
Two of the
that's what she told me. The wench told me one plate. That's what she told me. The wench told me a plate with one rib on it, and it was just rolling around with like a quarter chicken dark. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm like, come on, that's $30-some. That's why I was getting all pissed off.
$30.
$30
tell me to
leave.
One rib.
No. $30 right. Medieval times.
Dude,
when did you
go? Was it a dragon rib?
Was it 1965 that you went for $30?
I'm thinking that it's gonna be like some fucking, you
do
Flintstone type rib. I thought it was a typo when it said rib on the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, the S fell off.
Right, the S fell off. I'm like, nobody serves you one rib. Okay? And these motherfuckers do deliberately serve me one motherfucking rib.
Damn, that's that bling.
Hold on.
Hey, that purple goblet, was that plastic?
No,
it's glass.
Yeah, here, let me see it.
Is that the refill one?
They gave
because they told me I couldn't get mine refilled anymore. But that's the nice one.
Oh, that's a purple goblet. Dog.
No, see, they didn't even give us those. They gave us like the plastic ones that look like the castle and shit out here. They look all cheap and stuff.
And you had to give it back.
And they gonna sit up there and talking about sir, could you please keep it down, sir? You're making it a little bit too rowdy here for us, and I'm like, wench, shut your ass up.
See, that's why they gave you a rib. They're supposed to give you ribs, but you sit there and they're like, oh yeah, okay, we're just gonna give you one.
They're like,
even the Pookie special.
The Pookie special, what the fuck?
They were like, Daniel, can you give us your lunch so we can give it to that loud guy over there? That's why there was a rib in there.
That's why I got one rib. Man, fuck
they told you to lower your voice?
Dude,
yeah, they told me. I was like, this is an atmosphere.
There were some crazies out in our crowd, man. It was just like
It's like I said, we had
banners
dressed all in their.
Oh yeah,
man,
some people
hold on. Look, I'm gonna say this right now, and we're probably gonna lose some listeners for it and all that. But fuck it, I gotta stand 10 toes deep on this. You steampunk motherfuckers. Steampunk is not medieval times. You know why you showing up with your leather hat, your leather wannabe cowboy hat,
with the goggles on it,
the copper goggles.
There was a bunch of
all
those.
ordered them from the same place. Just man,
right. Now, I'm supposed to be making that much noise.
All the Ren Fair people that showed up in there, whatever. At least you know where you're at.
There were some pirates in there too.
Yep.
But why does it make any sense for you to sit up there when they tell you to make some noise and you tell me I'm too loud? I don't even make no damn sense.
Because I tell you,
I'll explain. Make it make sense.
Medieval times.
Yeah.
That's why I ain't go back.
You went to like lefty times.
Lefty times.
The knights didn't even have metal-ish swords. They had the tubes from the inside of the wrapping paper.
Shit.
They weren't using real.
These motherfucking medieval times. These motherfuckers, they was treat my ass like it was pre-segregation and shit.
Did you get?
Oh shit! They said mid-century times.
Mid-century times.
They said 1952
it's the wrong one.
Our night was red and yellow. We were in the red and yellow team.
They're like, hey, you could come in, just sit over there.
You know what?
May I point you to your seat in the back of the stadium? That's fucked up, bro. That is fucked up.
Oh, what the hell, man?
They're like, sir, can you hear us? And you're like, yes. They were like, move further back. Then.
Further back. we can still hear you.
Oh man!
Oh,
and then all the knights gonna come up to me after the show and start talking to me like, "Yeah, we heard you all the way out here and shit." I'm like,
"See, you was being rowdy then. They were justified. If the knights who were fighting were like, damn, this motherfucker here,
you're in the sod and all that shit, absorbing sounds and all that, they still heard you. Yeah, that's too much."
They were rehearsing their script all night. They were like, "Okay, and then when you swing, I'm gonna say that was balderdash." And they didn't even get to say balderdash because you was out there just getting rowdy
and shit, just
out there in the
rip his head off.
section
with the horses.
The broom horses. You fucked up the broom horse stance.
It was the rib thing. After the one rib thing, I was amped in. I was like, "Fuck it, I want to see blood."
Chicago medieval times gives ribs. Is that what you're saying?
They only gave one rib.
That's one more than any other medieval times anywhere else.
That's what they give you at the medieval times in Chicago. You got to pull up the menu and see if they still got that motherfucking shit out here and shit. The Chicago menu for medieval times, and I bet you see that motherfucking rib.
Did you
be like, God damn.
Yeah,
and it says $13.50.
What an upgrade!
No
sauce.
Did I tell you that story when where were we coming back from, Deborah? We stopped at Terry Black's.
Where were we coming from?
They're here in Texas. There's this place, amazing. If you listen to Rogan, he talks about it too, about the one in Austin.
Top barbecue spots in the nation.
Terry Black's barbecue. Yeah,
allegedly.
It was pretty damn good. I'll say it right now. It was good when we went. So I got some brisket, and then I got some sides. I got the sides individual and all that, and Deborah got all her stuff, and we're at the cash register, and I'm looking at these ribs, and I'm looking at it's all there, needs to be cut and all that, and I said, well, how much are the ribs? And then I'm thinking about how much for an order of ribs at the same time I'm asking, and she says, well, we usually cut them individually, and then they go by pound. I'm like, okay, no problem, right?
Okay.
The rib that I got added $50 to our bill.
What are you talking about? For one rib?
That was a dino rib.
How big was the rib?
Like my forearm.
God damn.
Yeah, them Terry Blacks, them Texas dino ribs.
They're like $50. You got enough for a family.
It looked good. It looked good. Now, I didn't think it was gonna be. All of a sudden.
But how did it taste?
It was good. It was fucking melted, just like. Anyways, but I mean, it was like all of a sudden we're paying $122 for 2 plates of barbecue.
God damn.
That's what they get you. They hit you with the tourist prices.
Was that the night you popped the question? Because them bills like that'd be a special occasion.
Man, we got
was
married.
You in trouble or
30,
something?
32 years ago, 31 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? It was an anniversary or something like that. You know?
No,
I mean, I ain't spending no $122.
That was the, like when you go to the grocery store and they got all the candies and all that, so your kids can see them. They're in the line and they throw fits and all that. They had the ribs right there by the cash register. So
wow,
that's funny. Both of y'all got a one rib story and got fucked.
Hey, it was funny. It was funny because when we paid for the rib and all that, me and Deborah were walking to the table like, damn it, and then we ate and we were like, okay, that's not that bad.
How much for one rib? $50.
50 bucks.
$50.
I'm out of here, please.
I'll take 1/10 of a rib.
1/10 of a rib.
I'd like to put a deposit down on 2 napkins.
Shit. That motherfucker's fucking bullshit. I ain't paying no $50 for no damn rib. They ain't kiss my black ass. These people out here, man, they be on that bullshit sometimes, man. They be out there. You see these people that like $35 with like gold flakes on it.
You got kicked out.
Ain't my fault. Well, I guess it was.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to business now. We're talking
What's going
about
on?
Weapons, the brand new 2025 film from Zach Krieger. 2 hours, 8 minutes. Nothing? Nobody?
What? Oh.
I thought you were waiting for you to continue.
Right, you can talk to business, but we ain't did nothing yet. We still ain't hit the intro.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
castofthepod.com, which takes you to our link tree because I'm too lazy to set up a website for it. But that link tree will take you to all our different places you can find us, and it'll take you to our merch where you can get one of the new shirts, including the Chuck E. Cheese, the Chucky's 'S cheese shirt, which apparently, 2 of them already got sold. So
those are pretty cool.
The Chucky, yeah. And then
I'm not gonna front. Those are pretty cool. I want one. I want a crew neck.
One of the bus shirts.
Oh man, there's people out there showing love.
I just bought one. It's on the way. That was me, literally.
This guy.
You're not supposed to say that.
You're not supposed to admit to it.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna buy another one.
Tell me when you do, so I can hook you up with the cheaper. And unless you got it on sale, sometimes the company that we go through just throws sales on there randomly, and they're like $16.
Yeah, we get the insider. We skim it off the top, bro.
I'll give you a code.
I'll get a shirt for the price of one rib. Is that what you're telling me?
For half of one of Cobweb's ribs.
Is that what you're telling me? Get the rib hookup.
Club 3P. Shout out to everybody in Club 3P. They also get that code. I'll give you the code that they got. So if you ever want to order a thing, or let me know when I do a group order. That way we can save on shipping and all that stuff. But
we'll hook you up.
What you got?
I looked up the medieval times in Chicago. I don't know where you went, Cop, because it says here the same thing that we got.
The same menu. It says the time-honored menu.
What?
It says you get garlic bread, tomato bisque soup, roasted chicken, sweet butter corn, herb basted potato, and then
you went to medieval times with an N.
They offer.
That's what happened.
What the fuck is this
I don't know
shit?
where you went.
Was it in back of a flea market?
Do y'all call them flea markets there?
Was it inside of a haunted house that only opens in October?
I'm telling you, bro. I know what I had, man. I ain't gonna front, bro, because that's why I ain't never go back. I even got my boy that was there with me that day. My boy Tony, he gonna tell me. I'm gonna have him chime in, and he gonna tell you about it because he was there that day. Because I went with him and his old lady.
Is that Tony, the guy with the DeLorean, with the Back to the Future setup?
Was that supposed to be funny?
No.
Oh, okay.
Cobweb's got a friend that does a whole bunch of has a whole bunch of collectibles and stuff like that.
No, that's Rod.
That's Rod. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of cool stuff.
What if
he's
you
the
weren't in
one that
Chicago?
gave me that Skeletor and shit.
What if you accidentally went out to Danville or something like that, and that's the medieval times you went to? Or you went to medieval Timbs. That's what happened. You went to medieval Timbs. The E fell off like the S
fucking
on the rib.
Bullshit. One rib, motherfucking place. You know what? In Chicago, I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes some motherfuckers do that shit. That's what it's always about.
And
See, that's why we supposed to be here.
Did the beer wench look remarkably like the guy that met you at the door? Was there one guy fighting himself out there in the middle of the ring? He was like, hold on. Okay. And I get punched in the face. Okay, hold on.
He was fighting against the mirror.
He had a film screen up. He had a film screen up from an earlier take.
Perry, on guard.
Perry, on guard. See, this is the whole problem with y'all today. Y'all be sitting up here tripping on me. We supposed to be talking about this movie, bro.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun to be jumping on Cobweb Day, you know?
Basically.
Yeah, give me a hard time, so.
Yeah, there you go. But we're supposed to be talking about this flick. Because let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest. I was really looking forward to this movie today because I really wanted to hear one person's opinion on this movie today, and that's and the lady Deborah. I really wanted to hear what you thought about this movie straight up because you know what's up. You got your pulse on some stuff. You know what? The lady Deborah, she got her thing. I want to hear what she got to say about this flick today.
All I know, but before we get into that, originally we were supposed to do Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker.
Oh my God!
Because I'd still love to do that one.
Cobweb. We can do that next week. We can do that next week. And then both of y'all started trying to talk about it in the chat group, and I had purposely not seen a trailer for this movie, and I know we played the warning and all that, but anybody out there, if you don't know about this movie, I recommend you see it first. Don't let us spoil it for you. But unless you're one of our listeners who don't do horror in any way, shape, or form, which we have quite a few, then go ahead and listen to us about it. But so y'all started talking about it, and it was like, I don't want to hear nothing. Because
I stopped reading the chat.
Deb barely got back into our chat group, and yeah, I'm glad I didn't know nothing about it. All I knew was people were saying it was good stuff.
Yeah, that's the same way I went into it too. I was trying not to see anything about it, and then Erica, she was like, she always have to watch the trailer. She can never go into a movie blind without watching the trailer. It doesn't work for her. And if it's in the middle of like a series, she'll stop, and she'll start from the beginning.
I don't know who told me. Somebody saw it and told me, do you know anything about this? And I was like, I don't know. I hadn't even heard of it yet. And they told me, don't listen to nothing. Don't hear nothing. And it's like, and normally I don't care. Unless it's like The Sixth Sense and Bruce Willis is dead the whole time, that kind of secret. Oops. If y'all didn't know that, it was 20 years ago.
Damn, man. You fucked that up for me. That was next in my queue.
Optimus Prime dies in the movie, by the way, also.
Yeah, Optimus Prime dies. It's a big shocker right there.
Yep. But, yeah.
That
so
is at Disney World.
Who? What?
Optimus Prime.
That's Megatron.
But he's there too sometimes.
Okay. Let's go to the MDib real quick. This movie is a dark comedy, psychological horror, supernatural horror, witch horror, and horror mystery.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
When all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. Director Zach Krager, Julie Garner stars in the movie. Josh Brolin and Aiden.
That's how you say that.
That's
Yeah,
Han,
right.
that's Han Solo. That's Han Solo that's in the movie. Han Solo, Thanos, and the Silver Surfer star in this movie. And Wong.
This junk right here was so fucked up. Because I'm be honest with you, if I was a kid, if I was one of them parents and that was my kid, I would probably be acting the exact same motherfucking way. I would be wanting to know why. I want to know what is going on because my kid is coming up missing and all that fucking bullshit.
All I know is 30 days later, they were pretty calm about it.
Yeah.
No, they wasn't. That PTA, that meeting didn't go over well. They had to escort her ass, and I don't know why they didn't give her an escort home. They should have gave her an escort home that night. But it didn't matter anyway. She had to go stop and pick up a bottle.
This is kind of reminiscent of what was the shooting that changed everything like 5-6 years ago, right before COVID, with Parkland, kind of like that, right?
Okay.
So it was a world in that way. But I wanted to say, with us down here, we've seen what happened with the shootings in Uvalde, and we saw how the parents are handling that. And still, 2 years later now?
Yeah.
2 years later now, and healing still hasn't started or whatever. I'm just saying, in this movie, 30 days later, and only 2 people were tripping about it.
No, there was a lot more people tripping about the whole thing. I mean, those parents were pretty irate in that place. I mean, they really did have to push her up out of there for real because it got kind of crazy, and it was only those in that class. Everybody else was good. It was just that one class that was missing.
They were irate like people everybody's car got, vandalized. Not like all their kids disappeared off the face of the earth.
The only one that I saw that was like super irate was Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
He kept going to the police.
Oh, he was
trying to investigate himself, and
man, he was struggling. He was, when you saw him laying in the bed, his son's bed, you knew he was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
He was struggling big time.
So the movie, let's talk about it a little bit before we jump all over the place. This movie was slow
in the beginning.
We're watching it. It was Deb, myself, our friend Nene, and that's the guy that gave me all the horror movies. And one of these days, we're going to do Nene's list and then talk about all the movies he gave me. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie about? Because it breaks it down through the point of view of the different people that it's happening to.
Yeah,
and it's the same time frame. It's a short time frame. It's like 2 days, right? The whole thing happens within 2 days.
Yeah,
but then it's like,
well, it happened within 2 days, but like 30 days after.
Yeah,
they were
when everything
incident,
right?
Yeah, when the rest of the school went back.
Yeah, because they had the school closed.
And it starts off on the teacher, and
she's a piece of shit.
Yep. I
don't know how she got hired.
I was gonna, bro,
because she's
probably
a
real
teacher.
Life thing. It's a real life thing right now. They're hiring They're hiring people who should not be hired at all in real life. And this movie is demonstrative of that fact.
She does particularly overstep her boundaries.
Repeatedly.
Justifiably so, because she felt as if that it was not being investigated correctly. And she was right. But the thing about it is it was so slow.
Only reason she was like that was because she was a suspect. Other than that, she was a shitty person. And
she was a piece of crap. She was.
She'd been in trouble for inappropriate behavior in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she gave us the ride home, which was no big deal to us back in the day when we were coming up. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing that a teacher saw us on our way home or something like that and gave us a ride home. You know what I'm saying? If it was raining outside or something like that when we walked home from school or something, that was no big deal. My math teacher did that a couple times to us. Dropped us off at the door,
This is just my personal opinion. I am only speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else on the pod or anybody related to me or that knows me or anything like that. But teachers ain't supposed to be your friends. They're supposed to be your teachers. And unless it's something where it's life-threatening or it's obvious that somebody's getting diddled or something like that. That's all teachers are just supposed to teach.
Yeah, this is 19, but for me, it was in the 80s. This junk that happened right here, it was her whole livelihood that was involved in this. Because if you're going to be the one parent, you say, there's something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm surprised they didn't get them two together in a room and talk about this, because it didn't make any sense to me. Because what it was they closed all the loops in this doggone movie. They didn't leave any holes in this story. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, how is this kid not getting investigated? It's one kid in this entire class is missing, and it's just him. I'd be like, I would be staking out this motherfucker's house every goddamn day.
Well, it's a little shit town. It's a little town. They're limited on who they have there. FBI already came in. 3-letter people already came in. Did the questioning everybody. I didn't snap that Alex's dad was sitting there during the questioning.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Because later on, when they go in there and they show the flashback to it, and it's actually the aunt that is talking, and she says, "Oh, well, he had a stroke, so he's just gonna sit off there onto the side." But when they show it at the beginning of the movie, he's just kind of out of focus, slightly out of focus, with the camera.
Damn.
But once this movie gets going, see this is one of the things here on Cast the Pod. When it's a good movie, it's hard to talk about. When it's a bad movie, then it's really fun. But
this movie was really good, and there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about, though.
Yeah, because it's like it was that whole.
But I agree. It's hard to talk about good movies. It's just you don't want to give
too much away. But I mean, technically, this is a review podcast, even though we review our own special way. What got me on this movie, when I can't remember who told me about it, but they told me, "Oh, well, this is the same guy that did Barbarian." I was like, done.
Yeah.
Set. I'm gonna see it. And then I just learned yesterday, he's one of the guys from Whitest Kids You Know.
Yep, I don't even know who that is. He's a sketch comedian.
Not only
a man's a comedian, a TV show comedian.
What?
Not only that, their show is notorious, including, I can't remember his name, but the main guy from the show who mysteriously got inebriated and fell off of a balcony to his death after they did all those skits talking about the Illuminati and Hollywood and Diddy parties and stuff like that. Yep, he got drunk and fell off a balcony.
Jeez. You know what was really cool about this movie that was dope?
Trevor. I'm sorry. His name just came back.
What was cool about this movie that I really liked? I liked how it all really blended in together at one point. Because you be hearing like her on the phone talking and something like that, whatever, and then you hearing her part of the conversation, and then when they flip to the other person, like what's his name? The cop. That's when you really saw it really happen, and her boyfriend or something like, the guy that she was screwing around with, you know what I'm saying? Her alcoholic drinking buddy, he knew he was going to drink. He knew he was going over there to go screw old girl. Because if you're an alcoholic, you ain't going back to the bar unless you going there to drink. Okay, cut the shit. Okay, he knew what he was going to go do, and he went over there to do what he did. Because he didn't want to have no baby with old girl.
I think he wanted to go over there because of all the stuff that's happened, and he wanted to make sure she was okay. I don't think he.
No, I think he wanted to go hook up with her. I don't think he wanted to go drink.
Because he ordered
he ordered the. You know what I like talking about, how all the points, how everything, it's everybody's point of view, and then you see where everything intercedes later on. But I didn't realize it when we watched it, that I saw it happen, and I realized that there was a different timing between the two, but I didn't put two and two together. When she runs into him at the bar, and she hugs him, it's just like a, "Hey, how you doing, friend?" hug. But when it's his point of view, like he hugs her and he holds on to her, and it's like a deep, like, "Hey, I missed you" hug, which I didn't associate what it was. And the things that I've been watching about this movie, it was talking about through his point of view. It was more of a romantic, longer hug, like the "Hey, I know I'm gonna get some," like, "Hey, I know there's feelings." It was just the way that he saw it.
This is what we call nuance.
Yes.
Okay. He was a horrible police officer. Let's be honest. That's one thing you have to have in a movie. Is a horror movie is a horrible policing. He was a horrible cop. Let's admit it.
My man got stabbed all day. My man got
I might have
jibbed
hit
and
his ass in the
jabbed.
back of the. I would hit him in the back of the head too. But he purposely asked his ass, "Did you have
That's
a
what I was
needle?"
gonna say. Now we do not condone police. We do not condone police violence here on Cast the Pod, but you should punch that motherfucker in the head all day.
Yeah, he should. He should have never did it like that.
I'm gonna tell this to any of our listeners and all that. If you ever get pulled over by the police or whatever, and you happen to have a hypodermic needle in your pocket, and they ask you, "Do you have anything in your pocket that might poke me or stick me?" and you're like, "Nah, I don't," expect to get punched in your head, booted in the face, camera unplugged, get nightstick up your ass or something like that. Once they poke their hands and they bleed and the syringe comes out, and out of all the horrible, like, scary shit and all that in this movie,
that was one of the worst.
Yeah, the 4 syringes you see in this movie was the worst thing of and when you see the 3 syringes later on in the movie, I knew that was gonna happen, and I knew
that was hilarious.
Yes,
that was so comedic, yo.
When he was sitting in the back seat of the car, he asked him, he's like, "Did you got anything?"
He's like, "What?
Hold up.
Hepatitis, anything like that?" He's like, "I mean, I don't know."
I don't think so.
Right there, he would have got punched again. Open the door, punch, close the door.
Like I said, we do not condone police violence, but if you get asked if you have a needle in your pocket and you say no,
oh man, he beat the shit out of his ass. He was chasing his ass down. He said, "I told your ass don't ever come back here again."
Now, here's the funny thing about that situation, that scenario. That junkie was about to save
the kids.
Everything. He was about to save everything.
Yeah,
he was about to make the kids be discovered. If that whole interaction hadn't happened, he would have finished going to the station and been like, "Hey, I broke into this crib, and there's kids in the basement. All of the kids are there." He saw the pictures up, that they were missing that last time he went to the pawn shop, and he verified at least 2 of those kids that were there. He saw the parents. You could have not had a movie, but no.
In this
incident,
movie,
he was a junkie. He fucked it up.
In this movie,
he fucked it up big time. He should have never went over there without a partner. But he was so fucked up with that junkie already shit. He shouldn't have did it.
So
that type of situation, you need to go by. You can't go in there by yourself.
You're expecting.
Why would you do that?
Expecting a junkie who's on it to have that kind of rationale.
You can't, but you got to think. You got to think about yourself.
Yeah, he broke into a house in daylight.
He climbed the house and broke into the window.
Couldn't even get into the gate that opened one way. How did y'all notice that he was all fighting through the gate, and then as he finally gets through the gate, it just opens the other direction. All he had to do was pull it the other way. So what I'm trying to say though is the movie's in the point of the view of the teacher. Then it's in the point of the view of one of the parents from the missing kids. Then it's through the point of the view of the principal. It's a point of the view through one of these random cops who happens to be the ex-boyfriend of the teacher. It's through the point of the view of the junkie. And who else? Is it through
the dad? Did you say the dad?
Yeah, I said the dad. Oh, and the last surviving or the last there child.
Yeah, Alex.
Man,
Alex. And all the stories meet up and then just...
I was sitting there struggling with Alex big time, bro. I was really hating on him till you actually see his story. And, when she set his ass down in front of that table and had both his parents sitting there and we had them stabbing each other in the forks with their face and shit.
I
was like, damn. And then when she told his ass I can have them eat each other, I was like, I believed her.
So we've already let people know that there's something else behind it, that there's a lady, the Gladys. But during the movie, you don't know. And we're sitting there, and I don't like talking during movies. I can't stand when people are talking during movies. And so I turn and look at Deborah, and then I turn to the other side and look at Nene, and I'm telling them like this. I'm doing a crank like this, popping out the box, the Jack in the Box from the Twilight Zone, the little kid that has the wish, and everybody in the town's afraid of him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly. That's a great episode.
What I was thinking what had happened was that all those kids were fucking with him. They were all bullying him and picking on him or whatever. And he got rid of them because of that. And then they show that scene when one of them's picking on him. And I'm like, that's what it's gonna be. But then it ends up finding out that it's this aunt that
man,
her stories were kind of messed up, because when the parents are talking about it, they're like, we hadn't seen her in like 15 years. She wasn't even at the wedding.
And man, she let her come in the house like that.
And
man, they shouldn't have never did that shit.
I think that the wife said, I don't remember her, and the husband is the one who said, I haven't seen her in 15 years.
They don't even know if that really was her aunt.
They don't even know who it was. Yep.
And let me tell you something. Let me spoil alert, she's a fucking witch. She could have fucking just picked them motherfuckers up any goddamn way with an incantation and told you, like, yeah, you remember me.
They're not related to them whatsoever. Well, one of the things that a lot of people are talking about, including the director, is that when they ask, she says, oh, well, his parents are sick. And the principal says, well, I have to talk to the legal guardian. Well, and she says that they have consumption.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, they have a consumption issue.
He points out the old video game Oregon Trail. That's the only time consumption.
1800s talk.
Right. That's tuberculosis. That's what consumption is.
Is that why he asked if they had tuberculosis?
Yes.
I was going to ask you because I didn't.
Yeah. So like, back then, the word was consumption.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So she's probably been around for a long, long time. They've already said that they're going to do a prequel for her.
Oh my God.
And the director gave her two choices of what she wanted to do. He picked her at lunch, and he was like, we still have other people to interview. I'm not going to tell her whatever, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They went to lunch, and in the middle of lunch, he's like, you know what? It's yours. You want it? It's yours. He was so set on her. And so the two choices she has, that one, she is a human that was sick somehow and went towards witchcraft to extend her life. Or two, she's something that's not human, disguising herself as a human to fit in, to drain energies.
Trying to disguise herself as a human. Like, she's like, this is what a human looks like. And yeah.
Her caricature of a human. But
dude, you know what she is?
They didn't say what she picked though, and that's what
they're gonna. But you know what she is?
A witch.
She's and also she's a fucking vampire, bro. Because she's feeding off their fucking souls, bro.
An energy vampire.
Yeah, she's an energy fucking vampire, bro.
Cobb hasn't seen it yet.
She's fucking white court, bro. She's a white court vampire.
Cobb, have you watched What We Do in the Shadows?
No, I have not.
Need to watch it.
I will, but that's what she is, man.
Energy vampires.
She's a vampire, bro.
Best energy vampire ever is in What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out then. But that's what she fucking is. I can tell you that right now. Because if you're feeding off of anything part of somebody or something like that, or eating them or consuming them in a certain kind of way, you're a vampire. You're a succubus. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she was. She was a witch that had traits like that, but she took on those things to keep her going for all these years, or centuries, however long she's been around. And she just keeps doing what she was doing.
Jerk my nerdism. A succubus is specifically an energy vampire using sexuality to gain access to the energy.
Right.
Just thought I'd a little correction there.
No, I mean, if you could, it is like that with the sex thing and stuff like that. But they're all the same fucking thing, man.
Yeah, they all just for sure.
They're fucking vampires, bro. They're eating pieces off of us.
Yeah, but at least with the succubus, you get to bang it.
Shit,
it's fun for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, as opposed to
then next thing you know, you done married a motherfucking succubus, and she done drained your life, and you sitting up there picking up the kids and shit.
So in the first story about the teacher, when it's still very slow and everything like that, you see that she's an alcoholic, and she has her regular store even before all this happens. And what I was like tripping out about was that her car gets vandalized. And later on, we find out it's Josh Brolin that did it. But he wrote witch on her car. Nobody would write witch on their car. This is the only thing I didn't like about the movie. Nobody would. Maybe they would have wrote bitch, or they would have wrote murderer, or kidnapper, or something else. Nobody would have put witch on a car.
No, because they had a lot of things. That was one thing that they all said was that they thought it was like something supernatural. A lot of parents kept saying that over and over again. There's something going on with that. What is she doing? Stuff like that. Because she was on. Oh man, I couldn't imagine. Being a parent and seeing that junk happen to me, a kid.
I didn't take it that way that they thought anything supernatural. Maybe
there was a few of them that said
that she had killed them off, or she was trafficking them, or something like that. I didn't catch nothing. I mean, I was looking for stuff at the beginning because it was like, all right, this is boring.
Because we were sitting up there watching. Because we let me tell you how me and Erica saw the play. Because we went to the matinee and saw it. We were the only people in the movie theater. So yes, we was loud as a motherfucker. We was acting like we was at home.
Then that means you weren't paying attention watching it.
No, we were just talking shit back and forth, talking to each other.
She's like, "What happened?" In this section over there.
We had a good time, man. Fucking that shit, bro.
So
I can enjoy a good slow burn because I was into the whole thing. I was so wrapped up into what fucking happened to them kids through the whole thing, and then you seeing this teacher, she's sitting up there down in 2/5 of vodka.
None of the parents at the stove.
I think he arrived at witch because obviously she had something to do with it. I mean, the entire class except one kid is missing, but the FBI couldn't even find anything. She has to be doing magic of some sort. There's no natural way that she could be getting away with this.
And then here's something else about the FBI that I didn't like about that. It was too easy for our man to be able to figure out what area that the kids came from. Because I was thinking that too. Because I was like, well, they took off running in this area and they had the Ring doorbells. If you would have took the Ring doorbells, like he said you could see which direction they went from that area in that motion. If you would have coordinated that a little bit, I mean, I saw that pretty quick.
Well, here's the deal. In real life, the FBI has local offices everywhere. So if you're in Springvale, Kansas, and they call the FBI, they're going to call the closest FBI office that they got. And what's that going to be? Kansas City. It's going to be whatever the closest, no matter where you are in the country. So the baddest ass FBI agents go to the big cities, right? Mm-hmm. So if they're in this suburb, the available resources are what they're going to have there. So it's going to be
with something like that, though. You would think that the FBI would come in a little bit more different. They would come in a little bit more different in on that. And then,
but they didn't figure it out. So they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
But the reason why he did figure it out because he was a contractor and he knew about stuff like that. That's why he knew about that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it happened, though, because he was so obsessive, as a parent should be. But he was so obsessive about it that he was ordering the wrong stuff from work, and he was messing stuff up at work, and he was sleeping in his kid's bed, and he was watching the videotape over and over and over. And the wife's like, I'm going to work. I'm going to do something with my life and not just be there. And he had seen it thousands and thousands of times. And then it was just something.
And then when he started going to the other parents' houses, can I see the tape?
It's
they was like,
yep.
Woo! But when he pulled out that map and he knew what he was doing,
and
because
that's
all did run out.
Is obsession.
A local Yoko agent isn't going to have that obsession.
So here's a question.
What's up?
We're say you're one of the parents. Another parent comes and says, "Hey, can I see the video? I heard your Ring camera had video of it. Can I see it?" Would you get mad like the wife did?
Like the wife did? She's like, no.
I'm uncomfortable with that.
Yes, I could understand why she would have felt uncomfortable with that because her husband wasn't there. I'm not going to let him, whoever he is, coming over to my house to see a video if my husband's not, my wife, I better not come home and see another motherfucking man in my goddamn house.
They're in a comfortable suburb, right? They're in a comfortable suburb, right?
Where they all know each other.
They have Ring cameras, right? So at the very least, she's going to have a laptop, or she could go get her phone right there on the porch. Access. You could access all your Ring.
Yeah, they probably had like an issue with it. Because her husband was
weirded out by him.
As the situation down here, and I hate to bring up Uvalde again, but you see how all those families of the kids that got killed and all that, how they're a close-knit. It was a close-knit community to begin with, but all the ones that were affected that way, they're kind of like one forced together family now. And I would assume in this small suburban, not less than suburban town that they were in, they would have all gathered together and been closer too.
At the very least, she was like, yes, I know who you are. Like they all know who each other are.
Yeah.
If not from this event, I mean, it's a small little suburban community. They all know who each other are. At the very least, like, I think she could have at least got her phone and been there on the porch and been like, okay, here's the playback. But she might have just been scared because he was on weirdo mode, like knocking on doors, like, hey, can I watch your playback?
And the last time he got pissed, he snapped and half the universe disappeared. So,
oh God, damn.
It did. That motherfucker, man, bro.
She's like, I don't want you to make me disappear.
And then there was that time when he stole that Korean story and just started hacking up people with an axe after he got held for like 15 years in that hotel room.
So since he had that in his background, how come he wasn't a suspect?
Because he was old boy. Yes.
Okay.
When he wasn't gleaming the cube.
The principal. The principal.
Or looking for One-Eyed Willie's gold.
That joke, One-Eyed Willie's gold. That's nasty.
What?
You nasty.
The fucking... What the fuck is One-Eyed Willie's gold?
Three of us.
It sounds so crazy. I don't know what the fuck is that. What does that mean?
Three of us are thinking about Goonies, and somebody else is thinking about something else when he hears One-Eye Willie.
The Goonies movie. Oh, okay. I'm trying
we were trying to make low key, subtle, bad jokes about Josh Brolin's career.
Yeah,
yeah. See, that's why you get kicked out of Medieval Tim's. That's that shit right there. That's why you get one rib. You get one rib, and it's got a bite out of it already. And you paid the $16.50 for it. See, that's why.
I got Cracker Barreled. That's what I got. I got Cracker Barreled at Medieval Tim's.
When he got kicked out of Midwest Tim's, then the lady he was calling Winch, she was like, "Now I'm gonna have to cut you," and she pulled out a straight razor from between her boobs
from the brow.
Yeah, and then Cobweb pulled out a little 38, and he was like, "I'm gonna shoot you in the pinky toe. I'm gonna shoot that.
I'm gonna shoot that little gnarled, crusty motherfucker right."
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's change the gears up, man. Let's switch it up a little bit.
We'll change the gears to what? What do we got?
We got a top 10 list, bro. We got a top 10 list. Get that clap. You got a top 10 list. Oh, yeah, we doing one tonight.
Man, all I know is our schedule's changed, but we were going to have Cookbook on here. He was really hyped about talking about this movie, and he's going to listen to it, and he's going to be like, that's what y'all were going to say about the movie? I'm glad I didn't have a chance to make it on.
Yeah.
Whatever. The movie was this, man. It's the after part. We still at the beginning. But anyway, here we go.
You're squeaking.
All right.
Y'all can hear
top 10 list. You guys ready?
That's me. That's me.
All right, here we go.
That's my Office Depot clearance chair. I'm sorry.
You said you want mine. I'm squeaking over here too. I don't know if it was my fucking knee or my chair that's squeaking louder. You said you wanted claps.
No, we good.
Could clap with no hands, but I usually get paid for it.
All right.
Move on.
All right. Top 10 Mexican foods. This should be real easy.
I'm sorry, but we just call it food here.
Yeah.
It's food. And I'm going to bet, I'll bet whatever you got in your pocket that you don't know, real Mexican food, Cobweb. I'm sorry.
Well, he's in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro.
He eats El Hot Doggos.
Yeah, but he also goes to Medieval Tim's.
He eats ye old enchiladas.
It's not my fault. Bro, we have good Mexican food out here in Chi-Town, man. We have a very strong Hispanic community out here in Chicago that be putting out some really good shit.
You do, because they all live here in the Rio Grande Valley.
They come
go
up here
from
to Chicago
to down here. No, they go from Chicago to down here, and then they all wear bowls their entire lives.
Yes.
They go to Chicago once a year, and they live their lives with the number 23 across their chest. Like, yeah, man, back home in Chicago Heights, man. Is what? You're from the RGV, man. You're from Westlaco. The fuck you talking about? You're from Chicago.
Chicago Heights.
I got a picture of you every year.
Oh my God, I went to school in Chicago. I actually grew up in Chicago Heights.
First grade through 12th grade, you were here. You're not from Chicago, son.
I'm gonna say that's the only time when it's appropriate to tell a Hispanic, go back to where you're from, Chicago.
All you gotta do, top 10 Mexican food dishes, number 1. Who's got the first one?
You got it. No. I want
That's on you.
Oh, that's easy. I got you. I got you right now. I'm gonna throw the gauntlet down right now. Tacos. Fuck it.
My man.
Shit.
You just won the internet.
Motherfuckers.
You just won the internet. Damn. I didn't even think about that one.
Right.
I was gonna say some other shit, but damn, you said tacos. You got it?
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's all top 10.
Yeah.
Tacos, top dish, undefeated. You tell me, there's so many different ways you can make a taco. You got fish tacos. You can have freaking shrimp tacos. You got beef, steak, enchilada tacos. You got whatever you want in your tacos. The concept of the
enchilada tacos.
Dude, whatever you bro, the concept
Wrap
of the taco
is enchilada in a taco.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, thank you for tuning into this week's top 10.
Man, we're calling this one facepalm. Just
SM.
Man,
number 2.
What's number 2?
What's number 2?
Right. Who's gonna
be like rice?
Your top 10.
Rice.
Oh, my top 10.
Beans.
Beans. All
and
the
rice.
Beans. Beans and rice. Rice with
Beans
beans
and rice.
on them. Beans with rice sprinkled on them in a taco.
Since we're talking about food and all that,
salsa.
Look. Since we're talking about food and all that, and you know, I always knew my mom's side of the family came from the other side of the river, and I never knew until recently, you know, where it was. The Yucatan area is where the blood's from. But so I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say a racial slur. But this is something I thought about as a kid. One of the words that we were called when we lived out in the country, and I never understood it because they would call us beaners. And then, like, my brothers would tell me, it's because we're Mexican. Then they would say, well, you're not Mexican, but we're Mexican, because they have a different father. They're completely Hispanic, and I'm only half, you know. Mm-hmm. And I would always think, well, my grandma on my dad's side, they got like 5-6 different kinds of beans. We only got one kind of bean. How come we're the beaners and they got more beans than we do?
Wow.
When you're a kid, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
They make fucking 3-bean salad and whatever.
That was insightful, man. That was insightful.
I'm not even trying to be funny or anything like that.
I'm telling you. It makes sense. Like, we only knew like a couple beans. We got pinto beans and we got brown beans, some kidney beans, and these people are throwing cold beans all up in their salads. Cold beans.
Those flat green ones, and then all the
lentil beans.
Limas.
Yes.
Please, man. Number
Lima
3.
beans.
Somebody give me one. What you got? I got you one. Man, I got one for you.
The way you threw the tacos out there, man, I just want to be like, beef.
Beef.
Rice.
Beef.
Seafood.
Hell, fuck yeah. Wait. Seafood.
You know what's my favorite taco? Fried seafood. I like the juicy beef tacos.
Oh shit!
Hey, back in the days when I would would imbibe adult beverages.
Imbibe.
Imbibe. And you wake up the next day and everything's cold and you throw a tortilla on top of the grill, just out there on the stove. And then you open up the fridge and pull out that cold Fred's fish taco. Fresh. I'm getting to fish tacos.
Fred's fish fry.
Yeah. And throw that on a tortilla. Now you have it. When you said that right now, I'm like,
seafood.
Fried fish square.
Oh, fish. Man, don't even get me started. We got something else for
taco, you. It's number one.
Yeah, taco number one. We got number two. We got number three. You know what I'm saying? We still got other ones to go up in his mug, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even got to, you know what? I got another one for you, man.
Oh.
Here you come right here, number three, right here, bro. Tamales.
Number 6.
Tamales, bro.
Tamales.
The red ones and the green ones. You get them in 2 colors out here in Chicago, red and green.
I love cinnamon.
They either pork or chicken. The chickens are the green, the porks are the red one.
That's 2 of them.
Are you talking about the sauce on them?
Yeah, they made with, there's like the sauce is like, you know, green or like, you know, that they're in them, you know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of like a greenish, you know, it's a sauce that's in it. And then you have like some that they give you with the red, and the red is kind of spicy, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like the pork one that they put in. Sometimes they give you like 2. You have a choice, chicken or pork.
Breakfast yesterday, we went to this place off of course, it was a Jalisco, because, you know, it's a Jalisco.
There's only 3,000 of them.
Yeah, on Zazamora, just 3,000 on that street. And I got huevos de rosados, and the red sauce was pretty good, but the green was kind of disgusting. The first time in my life that I had a green sauce that tasted any, you know, they're all kind of
really
got like a whatever, and this one just, I don't know if the tomatillos were bad or something or whatever, but I was caught off guard. Very tart.
Oh, please, I got you. All right, the next one.
What you got?
Gortas. I think I'm saying that correct. Tortas.
I think you're not. Oh, tortas.
Tortas.
You're not saying that right either.
Tortas.
Hey, bro, I'm doing my best out here, okay? Yeah, I'm doing my best out here, okay?
You are. You're trying.
He likes turtles.
We're going to make fun of you, but yeah, I like recognize turtles. You're trying. Tortas.
Yeah, right? Right.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Yeah, tortas are good. That's a good sandwich. That's a good sandwich right there, man. You got your steak, you got your avocado on there. That's pretty far. We get one of those every now and then. That's good eating. You know what I'm saying?
What's your experience with tortas? Just steak and avocado?
Hey, man. Yeah. You put the cheese on there too sometimes and shit, you know?
Is your entire Mexican food experience from one spot?
No. It's a bunch of them. No, it's a bunch of them out here in Chicago.
In defense of my brother Cobweb, depending on what your Mexican food is like in that area, there's, especially when it comes to like Tex-Mex food, if there's something like a Tex-Mex up there, there's only so many variations of a tortilla, cheese, and a sauce. You know, and
you got that Chimex.
Yes,
Chimex.
Oh man, please! I got you.
I had to think about it. I was like, I don't get it,
dude. I got you with the next one right here. Here you go, right here. The Taco Bell grilled cheese burrito.
See, okay? Cut them off. Cut off the feed right now.
To the weapons.
I move for a censured. I move to have the Cobweb censured.
How is that not? That's on my list. I mean, what are you talking about, bro?
Can we get this man doxxed real quick?
Right, the Taco Bell. Okay, and then right after that comes the Taco Bell chili cheese double beef burrito, and I get extra beef on it for extra like 89 cents. So you know you don't have to get the carbs, but there you go.
I wish I had a soundboard right now. I should.
Right now,
I should do a Michael Winslow and become my own soundboard.
So do you know?
Cobb deserves the the eggs, the egg sound,
the bacon grease.
Oh, the bacon fat award of the night.
Yeah.
What? Because my Mexican top 10 foods. Wait, let me get my David Letterman on. Get my cards and shit.
In a slight defense for my brother Cobweb, the company that owns Taco Bell, the gentleman that started Taco Bell and all that, is also the person that not copyrighted. What's the word I'm looking for? Trademark the modern crispy taco shell, which is a Tex-Mex type thing and in California area type thing, and I like Taco Bell a lot, but I've never in my life ever thought it was Mexican food. It was just Taco Bell. It's fast food.
Hey, out here in Chicago, you want some? Hey, it's a concept, baby. It's a taco. It's a taco. Man, they even starting to sell tacos at freaking, what is that? This other chicken place that's starting to do it now.
You know, chicken joint.
It's everybody's got something now, man. Everybody's selling tacos and chicken sandwiches out here in Chicago, man. Everybody's got a goddamn chicken sandwich.
See, that's the same thing, just like wrestling and tattoo parlors. Just because everybody can do it and it's not regulated right doesn't mean it should be done.
Yeah. This is true. This is true. All right. Oh, okay. Back to our no-work schedule program. Weapons.
Thank you.
Thank God.
That's 2 days in a row that I've been traumatized by tacos.
How you been traumatized for 2 days in a row for tacos?
Nene, who went to the movies with us, and for lack of a better way to describe him, Nene is a brown Shrek. He's 6'4", and yeah, he looks like brown Shrek.
Okay.
And he's one of my dearest, nearest, closest friends and all that. And he's very proud of his Aztec heritage and whatnot. But he did tell me that one of his favorite guilty pleasures as a kid was putting Philadelphia cream cheese on a burnt tortilla yesterday.
Wow.
He told me that. And yeah.
That'll get you to Shrek status.
Right. You guys got gyros out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make gyros.
I bet you don't take the good Chicago ones. What?
I make gyros from scratch. And I'm gonna bet you
get the heck out of here, bro. You ain't making no gyros from scratch, man. You got one of those spigots at the crib and shit
that you're getting up in Chicago are from a company called Kronos. Kronos. It's a Greek company, and they are sold across the world in their frozen cone form, and it's the most accessible and cheapest gyros that you can get. And everybody everywhere uses it. And it doesn't matter where you're at. If you know the classic gyros flavor that Americans know, it's going to be Kronos, and that's what you're eating over there.
Wait, no, not in Chicago. Wait a minute, hold up, bro.
In Chicago,
hold up.
Yeah.
In Chicago, we have that's the thing. They don't, not some places that do use Kronos out here, you can see it because they have it advertised. But if they don't have it advertised, 9 times out of 10 in Chicago, it's their own recipe. It's just like with our hot dogs, what you guys call glizzies. No two places, unless you have Vienna beef hot dogs that you say it, everything else in Chicago has their own flavor, their own design for their food. Because there's so much take on the same concepts, they have their own special blend of stuff, bro. It's just the way it is. I'm telling you, man. That's how they do it out here, bro.
From a business standpoint, it is so cost ineffective to make your own gyros from scratch at a restaurant level if you're consistently selling. It'd be like a bakery. It will be a 24-hour operation. And I can't imagine any
you gotta
restaurant
look at this one show.
24
There's
hours.
This one show you got to check out.
Gyros.
It's called Chicago's Best. You know what I'm saying? Check that show out on the internet or something like that if you guys really want to know. And they give you like the rundown for a lot of our great food places here in Chicago. And they even have the episode with the speakeasy where we have the upside down like pizza and shit. It used to be a Capone spot, speakeasy and stuff like that. And they turned it into a pizza parlor. It's dope.
Okay, we're back. We went for a little pee break. I mean, you know, you never know what you're in for. But
I just peed my pants. That's how dedicated I am to this.
All the cool kids are doing it.
And I am the coolest of the P kids. That's why I line my seats with plastic, because I'm dedicated to the pod, son. Somebody says, I got to take a pee break. I said, well, me too. And then I just stand here and I just...
Dirty, Rotten Scoundrels. You remember that movie?
Yes. The Steve Martin and Michael Caine classic.
Do you mind if I go to the bathroom? No, please, be my guest.
Oh, shit.
All right, so what we're really talking about, now that we're an hour and some odd minutes into it, we're talking about weapons. I'm going to say... So we find out that it ends up being this witch that hijacks everybody, and she needs more energy, and you can see that she's gotten younger just by taking the parents of the one kid that survives. But she needs she needs more. So she convinces the kid to bring something from all the other students, which is stupid, lady. You know, you're gonna bring up suspicion taking a whole classroom of kids, taking any kids.
This kid is a born thief.
Yeah, he was. But you know what? He got smart.
Something from everybody in the classroom and didn't get caught. He had physical evidence that he stole and didn't get caught. This kid is delicious.
No, he's not. I disagree with you 1,000,000%. It's because he had little Miss drunk ass, wannabe ass teacher. One of these teachers that's just there for a paycheck, not because she really cares. And the only reason she was giving kids rides home, and the only reason she hugged the kid that was crying was because it was against the rules. Not because she cared, not because she was a teacher. She was just breaking rules. And her drunk ass didn't notice that, you know, he went to the classroom by himself. Now, all of a sudden, he stole all the name placards off of all the other kids. She didn't even catch any of that.
Was he or was he not on a mission playing the role?
Sometimes you don't notice shit like that.
He was on a mission because he was trying to save.
He got it done.
Right.
And didn't get caught.
But if she would have been a good teacher, he would have got caught.
He was a 9-year-old who sat up to questioning by the FBI and got away with it.
This is true, Josh.
That was the aunt.
That was the aunt controlling him.
But he was there.
He did it.
He was there, and she groomed him good enough for him to be able to talk to the FBI and do whatever. If
all he did was shake his head.
She should have groomed her hair. That's what she should have fucking groomed.
Yeah.
Man, she was growing her hair back. She was growing her hair back when she ate the kid. Was the more souls she was eating from them kids in the basement, the more she was fucking getting her hair back.
Well, because that was the thing. She needed more. That's what I was saying about you could see her getting better with the parents, but it wasn't enough, and that's why she called for all those kids. But what I was gonna say is because it's hard to talk more about the movie because we'll get to what was your favorite part of the film? Your favorite clip?
That ending.
The kids chasing her.
Yep.
So before we go into describing the ending and why the kids were chasing her, Cantu, do you have a scene in particular?
This movie is a piece of art. For me to try to get into a specific scene, her finale, that was beautiful, but there was so much involved. This was visceral and emotional at every turn that it took, where you're like, whoa! It's because it mattered. It was for a reason. I guess my favorite, I can't narrow it down. I should have thought about it before I came on here. I'm going to have to make that a point.
The principle,
think about my favorite part of the whole thing. Oh, that principle. Yo, in the kitchen.
So
murder in the kitchen.
That was it for me.
Murder my boyfriend, murder my husband in the kitchen with my forehead. Ooh,
man, gave him some crazy head.
The kids
Give him that killer head, dog.
He got some killer head.
What happened there for Marcus? You see when they're doing the Josh Brolin section, when he confronts her at the gas station and he's talking to her and he's like, I need to know what happened to my kids and what you did, blah, 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 blah. And then she's just like in another zone looking at a distance. And here comes this guy running towards her.
Naruto.
No, I hate that shit. I hate that. So many people, they're doing the Naruto run. They're doing the Naruto run. No, they're not. People ran like that long before. The Naruto thing is when they have their hands all the way back and it's pointed out like that. And that's not what they were doing.
Getting it in, son.
The reason they were running like that was because she was telling them it was part of the thing. You're on a mission, and they even call them like a heat-seeking missile, basically going after their target. And you don't need, they're not needing their arms to do what they're doing at that point. They're just running there trying to get there. And another thing that the director Krieger brought out was that one of the things that had traumatized him when he was younger was seeing the the destruction of war. It's called.
Yeah. The picture of the girl in Vietnam.
Yeah,
yeah,
covered with napalm, and she was burnt, and her arms were off to the side of that. That's where he got the idea for the run. But so many people were like, "Oh, he's looking into the run." I know you were joking about it right now, but so many people that I know, that including one that I'm close to, was like, "Oh, the Naruto run, Naruto, he's doing an homage to Naruto." It's like, no,
he's just running. I thought it was fucking crazy. I didn't think nothing of it. No,
he's running towards. Yeah, Marcus is running towards her, and then he's like rabid. And was it his blood pressure that made his eyes bulge out like that? Because even after the attack at home, his eyes weren't that bad yet. But then they showed him running and running and running and running. And he's an older gentleman, and he's overweight. And the more he would run, the further his eyes were bulging out. Did you notice that? Before he got there, when they go to his story, then you find out she goes there, and that's when we see that she has these. They look like they just spray painted. Whatchamacallit, rose
thorns.
Stems.
Yeah, the rose stems.
Black.
Yeah,
you good over there? Okay. And so what she does is she takes something that's personal to that person, and she wraps it around the thorns, and then she cuts herself, and then she has control over that person. And so
that's that tree she brought in with her.
Right.
Yeah.
She's doing that whole ceremony in front of him, and he's like, "Is that my ribbons?" And as soon as she does that, and then the snap, that's the thing that becomes iconic with it, with the blood wrapped around it and all that. Oh, the bell with the triangle and the 6, the 666 right there.
Oh man.
So the bell locks them in, and then the snap was for them to go after whatever she programmed them to.
Whatever her wish was. Yep.
Right.
You gotta break that. Let me tell you something right now, people. If you ever in a situation when somebody might do something like this to you, or you thinking that they're doing something to you in a supernatural way, you have to break their concentration. You have to stop them before they do the incantation. Whatever you do, jump them, push them, whatever. You feel like, hey, she stole his hair like that? I'd have been like, no, fuck that. I'm finna whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You have to remember that there are people out here in this world that believe in a lot other things than what you may believe in.
In real life.
Believe in it. Yes, and they believe in this stuff so much as they power enough power into it, it will happen. Okay? There's stuff that I'm not naive of what can possibly happen in this world because I'm only here. Whatever the fuck they tell you could be happening, I don't know. But I can tell you this shit right now, that shit fucking scared the fuck out of me. Shit. When she fucking did that junking with that, when she can wrap your hair around the doggone thing and then snap it and you can go fucking crazy and all that shit, she can take something from you. Like that, a little trinket, his medals, his ribbons or something like that from you. Man, please.
So when
I was thinking about shaving, Deb?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was thinking about shaving every hair off my body because I was so fucking scared of that motherfucking shit, man. Fuck that. I don't want to leave no traces of hair for fucking nobody to fucking take. I still put my own shit at the barbershop. Take that shit with me. And then, motherfucker, you have to watch that too. You have to watch your fingernails too. They're not as strong as everything else, but people will get your fingernail clippings and they can use that against you as well.
So what you gotta do is you gotta take out your teeth too. Pull them motherfuckers. And you gotta
don't
bury
do
them
that.
under the
Don't let them get
oak
your
tree.
teeth. Don't let them get your teeth. No, don't let them do that.
And
That's a lot
you
of
gotta
power in
use
that.
dental floss to wrap around the branches. It's ironic.
I'm be honest with you, dude. I'm paranoid about that shit for real. Let me tell you, whenever I go to the dentist and I had a tooth pulled and shit like that, I always took the tooth with me.
He's like, give it back to me, motherfucker.
Right.
Give my
Whenever
teeth.
I
paid for it, literally. I paid for you to take it out. Give it back to me.
Any procedure that I ever had or something like that, where they ever had to remove it or something like that, I asked for it back.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, so when she took the hair for the husband, and he was like, "Oh, she took my hair." Like they still had time to like go and take it from her, like push her or something.
But they had no idea what was going on. That was shock. They were thrown into shock. They were like, well, what? Why would they were shocked because of her presence. They were shocked because of her appearance. And then she just come out and snip some of his hair, and like these are just regular Joe Schmo people. Like, whoa, she just cut my hair. What the fuck is happening? Why would she cut my hair? They were lost in the sauce of that moment.
Let me tell you how you handle that situation.
Don't let him in.
As he was wearing his now no longer under copyright because it's over 100 years, Steamboat Willie, and his husband had his Steamboat Minnie on his shirt, and he opened the door, and he was like, "Hello, lady who has obviously been to my work, and you know that I am a principal.
Oh my God!
You are here at my house. We will talk about it Monday." And
why did you let him in?
Hold on. And then the husband comes up. "Oh, please come in." That's when you go, "Bitch, what did I say to this person?"
Dude, at that point in time, let me tell you,
here at the house, and I told this person, "No, you shut the fuck up." Because apparently I know something about this crazy ass lady that you don't know.
And that was the
Obviously. But you see what she did though? But you see, remember back from our other movies that we've been talking about, she invited her in. She allowed her to have power in their house because she crossed a threshold because she gave her the invitation to come into your house.
She had the permission.
Beings that supernatural beings' powers are weakened if they cross your threshold into your home, that they can't really do too much to you because you did not give them permission to come in. But once you do, their powers is just as strong outside in their house as it is in your house as it is outside.
This situation, it didn't matter. She got people out their own houses, never been in their houses. Those placards from those little kids had never been in their houses. The cop that went in there that she got control over, you know.
What was the whole salt thing for?
The salt is just like you're using in witchcraft and you're using in other situations to keep a pure line, and they used it as a trigger. It was.
Salt is used as it's a barrier, it's a shield, and it can be used as a defense mechanism to set off any wards or spells that you might have replaced. It could be used to alarm you, and if everything is in active situation where you're trying to defend yourself against an active attack, if you can find yourself in a spot where you can surround yourself with salt, any demonic forces cannot pass salt, because salt is the most natural thing of the earth, from the center of the earth, and it's got an energy that can't be gathered from anywhere else.
In this movie, it was
allegedly.
In this movie, it was used for the
She used it as trigger. She used it as an alarm, as triggers. She had the sentinels.
Going back to the husband and the husband, you know, here's another thing you do. Okay, so say you go along with your partner and your partner's like, you know, I'm not going to trust you, even though you're telling this person they can't be in our home right now, because, you know, who cares if, you know how you're doing your job and you know better than I do in this specific situation, and you're trying to be nice and politically correct by not letting this lady in. But I'm still going to insist that you bring her in. As soon as somebody asks you for a bowl to drink their water out of instead of a cup, that's when you go,
what the fuck?
No.
And she said, don't judge me.
Give you a bowl to drink water. Get the fuck out.
I drink water out of a bowl. Don't judge me. Well,
what the fuck, house, bro? Man, please, man. And you know what? That's the thing. Let me break this down to you guys too. Remember this, if you, because she was using the way she was using that salt. She was using it as a barrier. But what she would do is, like, say for instance, you get the entity the way you act, right, and you get them amped. So it's like the parent, she would have that salt line right there or something like that. Once you cross that salt line, they were able to go ballistic. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like you had like a dog or something like that, and you put them in a kennel and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or a barrier propped up. And once you let that down, right? And she set it up like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like a booby trap.
The salt,
you know what I'm saying?
The salt
there was
the tripwire. And the parents and the junkie were the claymore.
Shit. Bro, oh, don't forget. Let me give you guys a heads up too on the salt thing. If you ever have to use that shit, make sure you prick your thumb before you think you're done. After you put the salt down, you need to prick your thumb with some blood and then put it onto the salt. So you infuse it with your energy. You have to pour something more into it because now it's just salt, but you have to do that. You have to pour some of your energy into it for it to work.
And also, if you're using salt in stews or soups or anything that's cooking for a long time, don't add salt until you get to the end of the process. Because if you put salt at the beginning of the process, then when the liquid reduces, you're going to end up with a saltier solution. So all the other herbs and spices, just go ahead and put them as much as you want. But the salt, don't season it to the end. The more you know.
Yeah, that's sure. That's for real on that. Josh, hit that
and
thing
don't
on
put
that.
blood in your food.
That's what's.
You got to hit the number on that. That's how you know. They just learned something there.
Can you imagine trying to ward off demons while you're trying to get that soup done? Bruh.
I don't want to think about that.
Where do you throw the salt? It's like, oh man, yo, this is about finished. And I know we're going to survive, but I got to throw the salt on. Oh man.
Right over your shoulder.
You know, hey, you know what? One thing that was really good that at the movie, there it goes.
The more
when they had after the scene where the principal had attacked her at the gas station, and they went back to the hospital. When he got out of the hospital, she was there waiting for him. You know what I'm saying?
Because
and
thankful that he
saved her. So y'all still didn't let me get to say the part.
What part?
All that huffing and puffing, and then we made the bad joke about the head and all that. So after they confused Wong and got him under the spell, he goes and he pukes up this black viscous liquid onto
into the mouth,
and then starts headbutting him and headbutting him and headbutting him and headbutting him until it completely smashes his skull open, breaks the top jaw. Only the mandible on the bottom is there. You see the tongue muscle hanging out, brain spilling out all over the place from headbutts. And yeah, that was a very good kill. The only thing that tops it is what y'all both said, and Deb said it also at the end of the movie. The reason I wanted to talk about the thorns is because Alex, the little kid, sees how she does the magic, so he picks up the thorns of like his parents, right?
Yeah.
The magic is so easy that the kid is so smart that he was able to be like, oh, okay, well, this is how that's done.
Grabs one of her Wendy's red wigs and then finds one of her few real hairs in it, wraps it around it, puts a blood in it, and she's down there with Josh Brolin and the junkie and Justine, the teacher, right? And, and Josh Brolin's she took his dog tags off. And so now he's zombified and he's choking out the teacher. And then as soon as the
situation was wild, yo.
Yeah. It was. That whole fight scene, that junkie kept getting up every time he throw his ass across the room.
As soon as Alex snapped the twig and Gladys, the aunt, the witch, she goes, "Oh no."
She knew.
And then all 17 of the kids come rushing up from the basement and just heat-seeking missiles running through neighbors' houses, and it was hilarious.
That was comedic as hell. The whole neighbors watching the action pass by. Hell yeah.
Oh man, she was a spry young thing too, wasn't she? She was a spry young filly after that.
For her to be dying and huffing and puffing and all that, and all of a sudden knees to chest, just huffing
she knew what was coming. She knew
she was.
Then all the kids tackle her, and they're pulling at her and digging into her with their fingers. Some kids are biting her and all that. They stick their hands into her mouth and rip her head off at the root, at the jaw, just tear the mouth open.
Man,
it's crazy.
But it was still more painful for me to see the cop prick his finger on the first one, and then when he's chasing him later on and the junkie runs to his tent, his nylon tent for protection from it was Gladys, right, that he was running from, the aunt.
Yeah. She was waving at him.
Oh man.
But then as the zipper's moving, he just sticks his hand out and stabs Han Solo, the cop Han Solo, in the face with the 3 syringes right in the cheek.
Getting the worst tattoo ever.
Man,
Looked like a modern
hit him up with that Hep C tattoo.
Wait, let's get to her ass right quick when she walking around looking like Cookie from off the Bozo show on crack. Get the fuck out of here.
She looked like. Go ahead.
Real quick about the magic, right? So
what?
when she does the spells, they go out and do exactly what she imagines, whatever her command is. Right. So when this little boy, when he did that, what do you think his command was? What do you think the verbiage from his head for all of these kids in the basement to do to her? What do you think specifically his command was in one sentence? What did he say for them to do what they did to her?
Wait a minute. I don't
as possible.
I don't know. Did he have to, when he snapped it with her hair, and when he snapped, that made them attack her? I don't think he had to give it any command of what to do, because once he put her hair around it, and in the process,
no, her hair is what gives him control, that makes her the target. So when every time that she wrapped somebody, that they became the target. So when he wrapped her hair around that, then she became the target. Remember, everybody is a weapon.
No, I'm with you on that. 100%.
When he did the snap, he had a thought in his head that when this snap happened, that command was going to be executed. My question upon her. So my question is,
I don't think so, bro.
Well, no, case in point. She thought, I want the parents to stab themselves in the face. Snap, and then they stabbed themselves in the face.
They started doing it. That's how those spells work.
And then when she did that to the principal, and he started running, and he was like, she goes, yes.
She was wrapping his ribbons around it.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right, Deb.
Yeah, she's making the targets for the weapons. That's why it's called weapons. This snap is the target.
She snapped it, then he smashed his husband's head in, and then she washed it, picked it up again, and then said, follow the blonde, snapped it again, and then he went after
the reset. With the same thing, with the same.
Yeah,
this is the control.
She can definitely give a command. So it does almost seem like she didn't, because I was thinking like this: like, how did the kid know that he had to give it a command? Because she never told him that.
But he figured it out. The magic was so simple. It out. He figured it out. The boy is bright. I'm telling you, he thieveried the whole fucking classroom. So, anyways, my question: what do you think his specific command was? What was the sentence that he said right when he did the snap for all the 17 kids that were in the basement to go and do that to her? What do you think his verbiage was?
Make it as painful as possible. Because think, it was make it as painful as possible.
That's what you thought?
Because think about it, as they're eating her and they're whatever, they're biting into her and they're tearing into her. Then she starts screaming, and when she starts screaming, they stick their hands into her mouth and they just start tearing it open and just
man, it was just like follow the mess, man. Like follow the trail, man. As he was looking for his son, you know, he just followed the mess, and people was like, "There's a man in the house now." He's just going through house, you know, just like, "Oh, okay, there we go," you know. Fuck. That was insane. She was up though, for real. I mean, she gave it a good run. Until that one little girl tackled her ass, she was up. You know, I didn't think she was going to, them kids, they came over the fence wherever they wanted to. They was just hyped. And she was, man, I don't think I could have outran that ass. Now, let me tell you this right now. Those were they was about 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something. If those were the 10-year-olds that you had to take out versus them, I don't know how long you would last, bro.
If you see a 10-year-old with their hands at the side in a Naruto run,
no, man, that ain't one of the 100. You don't stand 100 against those 10-year-olds. Fuck that shit. Them motherfuckers was on 10 for real. They was all juiced up. They came running at their ass like they was fucking meth heads.
Why was there a rifle in the sky?
I was just about to ask that.
Everybody's tying into, and I've already brought it up so many times, into school shootings and everything like that. The director said that it was just, he went into deep meditation and he saw the scene. That there's no meaning into it. There's nothing deeper than that. It's just something in a movie where you make it your own on what you want it to be.
So in fact, Krieger, he now goes into transcendental meditation while he's writing in order to gear himself up for the writing session that he's going to do. And while he was meditating, he saw that, and he's saying he has no explanation for it. So there was a modern day AK-47 floating above the house that this guy was seeing in his vision.
The size of a house.
Why was there an AK-47?
I forgot all about that.
Now, if you want it to be for Josh Brolin's reasoning, as he was missing his son and staying in his son's room, he was looking at the poster that had
the clock was on there too.
On the poster, with the 217 being the time when all the children disappeared. Now there's all these other theories of what were you going to say, Deb?
Go ahead.
There's all these different theories on what the 217 means and why they did that. Some will say that there were 2 people left, the teacher and Alex, and the 17 children that disappeared, and that's why he used the time 217. There's also Matthew 217 in the Bible talking about killing all the children 2 years and younger in Egypt. And then also 217 is right around the time, this is what some people are doing a far reach on, and no disrespect to the writer or anything like that, but when Trevor, I can't remember his last name, the friend from The Whitest Kids You Know, fell from the building, was at 2:30 in the morning, and 217 is right about the time that things started happening before the fall.
Oh.
And then there's also in the Shining, in the book, the room where all the shit happened.
217.
It's 217.
In the movie, it's 237 because Kubrick was like, I'm gonna do things my way. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, in the book, it's 217.
Fuck. Man, that's some crazy shit, man. There's layers to this fucking flick, man.
There's no way that can't
layers.
Be. This movie is fantastic.
Josh, hit with a fucking calculator tune, bro.
Yeah, real quick though. Yeah, hold on.
Not even real quick. Say what you got to say, Josh.
I'll say it during my time. Hold on.
That's what we went with.
Dude, man, that's good.
That's the one from last time. We didn't go to the new ones yet, because we were going to talk about that pre-pod, but we didn't talk about it. We started talking about medieval Tims.
Hey, I got my own button on the calculator. I'm good.
But so this is the time when we bring out the motherfucking calculator of doom, un calculadora de doom, motherfucker, and we rate it 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best, 0 to 9 to 4.9. Probably never gonna see it again. 5 on up. You know you're gonna see it. So I'm gonna reserve going last. Who wants to go first?
I came to hear Deborah.
You came to hear me. Okay, so I'll go first.
Lady Deborah.
The Lady Deborah.
Of the western provinces of St. Anthony.
So, I had seen the trailer. I'd wanted to watch this. I'd seen the trailer a long time ago, and it caught my eye, caught my attention. I didn't want to. This is like I'm not. I really don't care about spoilers unless it's a movie that I really want to see in the theater, and this was one of them. So I tried to stay away. I kept hearing how good it was and blah blah blah. In the beginning, I went in there thinking, okay, this is gonna be like really scary. This is gonna be a horror movie. Blah blah blah. I heard the little kid talking. I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then I was bored for the first however minutes. Like it was like boring in the beginning, but then once it's picked up, and it like really picked up, and it caught my attention, and I really liked it. I give this movie a 9. I would have gave it a 10, but it didn't catch my attention in the beginning. So, but I really liked it, and I really want to watch it again because I think I missed stuff in the background. I missed stuff that would have helped me understand it more. And maybe that way I would have given it a 10, but because of the beginning being not drawing my attention, I gave it a 9. But I really, really did like the movie.
All right, 9 from Deb. Who's next?
I got it. I'm gonna give this movie a straight up 10, bro. I ain't gonna even front on that mark. I can't. It was flawless to me. I thought that there was no holes in the story, really. Because I kept saying the only thing that was ticking me off was like, I kept telling Erica, the FBI. How did they FBI not catch this shit with the parents and stuff like that? They go to the house. How could they not see, the paper on the walls and everything like that? And then they show her making the kid clean up and making them do all that stuff so that they can get it. And I was like, they answered my motherfucker. That was the one thing I had issue with. And he covered that too. I thought the ending, the payoff at the ending was brilliant. I thought that was just a great way to end the movie. It just seemed like really intense. And she got what she got what she had coming to her 100%. The whole story, everything with the witches and dude, man, I would watch this movie again. And I ain't gonna even front. If anybody got problems with me about saying this, I'm gonna tell you this right now. This movie beat Sinners by a fucking milestone. After I watch this movie right here, I'm gonna say it right now. Fuck Sinners, bro. Fuck Sinners, bro. This movie right here, Weapons, got Sinners dog walked. Okay, it dog walks Sinners. Okay,
Damn.
Up and down this motherfucking street. Okay, that movie ain't got nothing on this, bro. Nothing on it. Okay, please, I'm good. Fuck that shit.
On God, for real, for real.
10 from Cobweb. Cantu.
There is a rebirth, a renaissance of true horror writers and producers right now. Let's start with the writers. And they're able to put together these squads for their production team. It's happened. A24 is doing it. This guy, Krieger, Barbarian, he's fucking working right now. He is in production with God damn it, the video game Resident Evil, and it's not even connected to the video game, and he holds no he doesn't have to answer to the video game people or the producers or writers or anybody having to do with the past. He's able to do this himself. So there is a reimagination of horror, of a more educated society. This isn't 1970s anymore. This isn't 1980s anymore. These are the intellects of the past 25, 30 years doing what 50, 60 years ago was just being created. So the inspiration of the past 4 or 5 generations is now being made manifest in the creativity of this world that we live in today. These kids, they grew up, they're the generation right behind us. They're 10 years our junior. And we saw the transition between analog and digital and the societal changes that happened during that. And these are the kids who grew up completely digitally, and their parents are the ones who saw that transition. And that says nothing for the intellects. Humanity is humanity, and there's special intellectual creativity that has come from society is bubbling up in, if you're a horror fan or any kind of fan right now in music, movies, except like movies really fucking suck, but the horror genre in particular, and this is one of those. They're laying down, they're changing the game. Yeah, all the elements are the same. Jump scares, injecting comedy, making sure that the drama is right. There's a perfect balance, like cooking. There's a perfect balance of all the elements that make just this fucking fantastic, not even a meal, just a plate. each movie is a plate. And what this guy's managed to do from sketch comedy to this is one of those minds. I can't wait to see what else they do. This is a fucking 10. It covers everything. There's even a humping scene in here. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, you get about maybe 12 seconds of just raw dog sex, just getting it on. And it has nothing to do with the movie at all. It didn't have to be in there, but it was there. Just like gratuitous boobies in the Jason movies back in the early 80s. Just throw it in there because that's what these movies are. This is a horror movie. He paid homage to what horror movies are, and he put his mind into this, and him and his whole squad, the lighting was right, the music was right, the writing was right, and you throw in an OG like Josh Brolin, then you know that everybody else is going to be on their shit because they at least want to be associated with having acted with this motherfucker right here, man. The violence was great. The lore, there's no lore. Oh, I can't wait for the lore behind. Oh, man. Yeah. 10.1.
I give the movie a 10. It was good. There, I'm done.
Man. If I took up too much time,
bro.
cut my shit. I'll just say here it was a 10, bro. My bad. Did I use up too much battery? Did I use up all the film?
Yep.
I must have used up 120 feet of film right there.
Yep.
We ran out of digital.
I went to work and I came back.
Riverside sent me an email.
I'm gonna use too much cloud.
Ain't no more cloud.
I probably didn't even say anything. I probably didn't even make sense. It's a 10.1. It's
So what is
fantastic.
that? Yeah,
So
that's a 10, man.
So altogether, we give it a 9.75, which is a 10. Let me go back over here, mark it up.
This is a winner.
I would
Yeah, it is.
just the beginning.
The people give it a 7.8.
Man,
Oh,
fuck the people.
Right. So Deb,
The highest group with 34.1% is 8s, followed by 7s, followed by 9s, followed by 10.
That's all right. We was a 10, bro. We called that, man. I knew it. When Cantu said he saw it, and he kept talking about that shit, and I was like, let me take care of this. Let me go knock this shit out. And I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, next up,
0.4 thousand people gave it a 1.
fuck them.
They lick windows.
They don't know what they talking about. They were too scared to watch.
You know what though? I will. Another thing.
Those are people who get mad when they lose a lottery scratch off.
Not related to you know what the lottery is, right? People that are bad with math. It's a tax on people for bad with math. Anyways, hey, did you know that Jeffrey Epstein won the lotto twice? Hit the 6 numbers twice. You can look it up. It's true. He made millions and millions of dollars twice off the state lottery.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
They playing a game that we ain't even seen yet. Fuck that shit. So the next step is that freaking other. So we got to do that. What's that flick that the Butcher, the Baker, the Nightmare Maker?
Butcher, Baker, Nightmare Maker.
Man. And I'm going to go see that Conjuring this week.
Well, we're gonna go see it Friday.
We're going to see it Friday too.
You see, they were giving out holy water and all that.
Holy water for the Conjuring?
Yeah.
Blessing people before they went in. Priests were.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm lying.
No, but you know what?
I'm telling the truth.
Let me tell you why they doing that. Let me tell you why.
See what happened in one of the screenings, right? That guy that got possessed during one of the screenings.
You know, because they said don't they have like actual footage from like one of the cases? That's actual footage. Yeah. That's what they said.
All the movies have had actual footage from their stuff,
but like to an extent, you know, they didn't have it actually showed you nothing, but you know, like maybe pictures or something else like that, but nothing like them actually like from them doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? The real Lorraine and Warren.
You're telling me there's actual priests, verified.
Yes.
And they have the little bottles.
Blessing people going into the movie.
Yep.
That's right. That's why.
Real, actual church priests.
Yes.
Well, if you sit up there showing some footage of an actual demon, something like that, you need to bless people, some people, because some people might not be a little bit too, they could be a little bit, easy to be taken over to shit like that. You see it all the time.
Cantu, you ready for this? It was in San Antonio.
Why not?
I am personally connected to people, personally connected and acting upon with the church. I'm gonna ask about this because this right here seems like blasphemy to me.
That they would come back and they would bless people like that?
Participate in a commercial action like that? That seems like participating in advertising a movie.
Bro, the things the church has done for money over the years.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he got a point there. That ain't really, let's be honest right here.
Yeah, but to be so blatant, to be like, hey, we're going to be out there at your theater. Come on, get your blessing. Get your popcorn. Come and eat your popcorn out of Annabelle's ass after having been blessed by our locals.
Nobody ever suspects the Spanish Inquisition. No.
Yes, I'm not surprised. Why are you surprised that they would, if it was the C Church and they sit up there and sent that out there to do that, to do that for them? Yes, I'm going to believe that they actually did that, and they probably took the money.
Man,
okay,
that'd be the lowest of the low. Oh, shit.
They about to start up another ring of cases against them anyway. Allegedly.
Who is? What are you
All,
talking about?
all I know is when we went to the movie, they had the trailer for Black Phone 2.
Yes.
Man, hey.
Man.
He ain't even looking. He's not seeing what's happening right now.
Nope, he's not. He's closing his eyes.
I see Annabelle popping up out of there every little bit. I'm trying not to, it's okay.
Say, how are you going to go watch Conjuring, but you don't want to see Annabelle right here?
I see Annabelle. I'm not messing with her ass, though.
Midwest Tim.
I'm fucking around with Annabelle, man.
She has a rib in her bucket.
In her bucket.
In her bucket.
Yeah, right.
In her ass bucket.
Hey, so what's up? Oh, dude, he going to turn that house, Annabelle house, into a freaking B&B.
Yep. And a museum.
Man, that's your calamity, and calamity is nonstop right now. It's calamity everywhere you look right now. And it's just building. And the entertainment value is ridiculous.
Why would you do that? Why would you go to something like that?
Money.
More money.
I mean, like, why would you? I mean, how stupid do you have to be to say, yeah, I want to go to this house to go see this shit?
It's because people who aren't connected to humanity don't believe that their actions actually affect the rest of humanity.
Look at how many people...
In the name of profit, they'll do anything that they want to because they don't believe that it affects anybody outside of their bank account.
Look at how many people went to the Annabelle tours. The different ones. And like even here in San Antonio, they had to add on a day because there were so many people.
Are you serious?
$100 a person.
It was $100 a person. They only had 1,000 slots.
And they booked another night.
And they booked another night.
Damn. You fucking serious?
And both days sold out.
So
and they paid. You trying to tell me they paid $100 to go stand next to a demon?
A person.
That's
a person.
Not even a couple's discount. If there was two of you, $200.
That was $200,000
just for San Antonio.
2 days.
They took out y'all community.
They didn't do anything here.
No, they took the money out the community. Let's go. They just come and just take it out. And then what do they do?
And we got 9 million people. 200 grand.
There's a lot of people in San Antonio.
Yeah, it is. But that bullshit. Think something.
That's 9 million on file.
Documented.
Oh yeah. Oh man. But that's it.
Just like when we went to medieval times, the building it had the occupancy.
Occupancy 3,519. When's the last time you went into a building that wasn't like a stadium and it said occupancy? I can't even fucking say it
with
now.
a 19 occupancy.
Occupancy.
With a 19.
How many?
That's like in the elevators. You
How
get
many
into an
people?
elevator and it says capacity 3,500 kilograms, and it's like, yeah, no, you can't fit more than 10 people from here.
How many people could you fit in medieval Tim's?
Just him.
It seems like
in
there
his
was a lot
own
of people
section.
there, man. I'm telling you.
16.
I'm telling y'all. 16. I'm telling you.
It wasn't even a. It wasn't even a full classroom. It wasn't even a full classroom of weapons in there.
When they asked me, when they came to around to see if he needed his tea filled, they were like, hello. Do you need another drink? Another drink? And he waved his torch.
I did not go to medieval Tims. I went to medieval times.
No. Hey. Have you seen these pictures online when people are like, all my life I thought I met Michael Jackson, and then I found my somebody in the family passes away, and then they look in the old memory book that they found in great grandma's house or whatever, and it's a picture of someone that doesn't even look close to Michael Jackson, just has like a jerry curl and a red jacket. And you haven't seen those pictures?
No.
Where it's like, all my life I thought I met Michael Jackson. I told my coworkers I met Michael Jackson when I was a little kid, and come to find out it's just some Indian guy with a jerry curl and a red jacket.
So you never answered. You never, or maybe I didn't hear you. Like, did you have any sides?
Yeah. We had the same things you guys.
Yeah, one fry.
We didn't get a whole chicken.
He got one rib. He had one fry.
One fry, one little thing of corn.
They give him one lettuce leaf.
Well,
half a potato.
Well, our server winch,
and the potato was raw.
Our server winch said that at first they brought out the dragon's blood, which was steaming as a motherfucker. Like, she had this metal, like, I want to say it was like a pitcher, but she opened it up and the steam's just coming out, and they pour it into the bowl that has that metal bowl that has a handle, right? It's just steaming. Like, there's lawsuits going around because stupid motherfuckers are burning their kids with barbecue sauce at Bill Miller's here in Texas. And here these motherfuckers are passing out dragon's blood, as they were calling, just steam, just hot. And you grab the handle on the metal bowl, and you could feel the heat through the bowl. And I'm like, man, that's kind of impressive.
You're giving people like that, but I can't sit up there and say shit, and I can't do what I want to do up in there. And you give me one fucking rib, but you can get people out fucking hot boilers and cups of soup whenever you fucking want to. But I get a fucking
buy a ticket to an entertainment facility doesn't mean you can do whatever you want to do.
Yep.
I wasn't doing whatever I want to do. I just said what I wanted to say.
What were you trying to say?
Rip his fucking head off. Stop being a pussy.
But really loud.
I might have said.
Sitting next to the entire classroom that disappeared from weapons. That's why they did old girl that way, because they heard Cobweb saying rip his fucking head off.
That's what happened. They were trying to rescue the kids for having to hear that shit.
They did have those goblets of the beer. You know, the one I bought, the big plastic one. It was pretty big, and I had like a couple of them before I even got in. So I was feeling pretty nice. So by the time the show started, I had another one in, and then that's when they cut me off. And
now you're telling the whole
See,
story.
there it is. You got cut off.
Because they was tripping.
They were tripping.
Just
they
because they were.
You got cut off from the beer, and they were tripping.
Gave you one rib and put you in timeout.
I bet you ripping his head off was the least of the shit you said, my man.
I tell you, that's why he got the first and only rib in medieval times history. Because they were like,
they
Mike.
gave you the pity rib. You walked in, you thought you asked for a rib. You walked up, you were like, God damn, if I don't get a motherfucking rib right now, if you don't give me a motherfucking rib, I'm ripping everybody's heads off. You know what's out there? That's what I'm gonna do. And they give him a rib. Just give him a rib. And that's what happened. You got one rib and you walked away sad. You were like, this is all they got. But they shut you up. That's what happened. Damn, see? It didn't happen the way you thought, bro.
Yes, it did. I swear.
You got the pity rib.
They took Mike's rib. Mike, I know your grandma made those ribs for you this weekend, but we're going to need to borrow this rib.
That's what I was going to say. That's the worst thing. Ribs wasn't even on the menu. It was somebody's personal lunch. It was a burger joint. Tim's only had burgers. And then Julie was eating a rib. And they were like, Julie, give me a rib. He wants a rib. And so Julie gave you one of her ribs so that you go the fuck away.
I might have been inebriated
You're like, how
really
much are
good
the
that
ribs? You're like, we don't got ribs. $2.50. Then we get one. We don't have ribs. Give me one.
You know, the more I think about this trip to Medieval Times or Tim's or where the fuck I went.
You went to mediocre Tim's. It was mediocre Tim's, and you were in Danville, Illinois. And it's carnival season, and everything shut down. It was 3 a.m. You know what's up with Danville.
No. Cobweb went to Medieval Times at noon when it was.
What?
He went for lunch at Medieval Times.
It was close.
Only the custodian was there. And they both tapped the keg, and then the custodian's like, "All I got left is a rib."
And that's all you remember is they gave you a rib.
I had the soup. I had the half a potato pissed me the fuck off. That pissed me the fuck off.
I got some bad news about that soup. That wasn't no soup, and that wasn't a bowl. That was a bucket.
That was
half a bucket.
I was gonna say our server winch when she came out after she gave us the dragon's blood. That's the point I was trying to get to. Then she comes out and she gives us this half a giant potato and a half a thing of corn, and she says that it's a dragon's egg and a dragon's ear. And I just kind of looked at her, and she goes, "You get it? An ear?" I was like, "Of corn." She goes, "You got it." And I was like,
"Whatever."
She said,
"See, that's what she was tripping about too." See, they want to do all those crazy jokes and shit, but then when you sit up there, it's like they was treat me when I called her a wench, and I was sitting up there talking about why you say it like that and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like what? Everybody else calling a wench. Why can't I call her ass a wench?
You can't throw that capital W around, yo.
He was like,
people is sensitive around here.
Cobweb was like, "Hey, food
wench."
In his head.
You didn't even spell it W-E-N-C-H. You threw it spelled it with a W-H. You were like, wench.
Wench. I said wench. White.
Come here, wench.
Wench. I said wench. Your ass over here, wench. Give me another.
I need a refill.
Wench. Get your, what's up, what? You know what? And she was just like, "This is the way you say."
What did she call you that you're mad that she can call you and you can't call her?
She didn't have to call me. She called me sir. Okay, I'm a patron. Yeah, I'm paying money.
I was.
Josh is my lord.
I was, yeah.
It might have been something I don't remember, but I know that she was the wife.
And you remember you had one rib?
That was the bad part. I mean, come on.
I'm glad I did not have that experience. This was a very, very good experience.
Wank.
Lynch.
All right, yo, we're gonna have to end it there. This is gonna be way too much editing for me.
Now he's gonna be thinking about that to fall asleep saying it.
Yeah, that's how you should have said that. Wank.
Soon
And that's how she got mad.
As soon as we get off here, Cobweb's gonna go to Yelp, 1 star.
No, I'm finna go look up that damn menu and find that damn rib. I see y'all.
One rib. That 1750 rib.
I know it.
It don't exist because it was poor Julie working the fucking fry station.
I'm gonna ask Chat GPT. I know AI know. They know everything.
Don't even get me started on that. Had a conversation with Nene about that because he's like, well, Chat GPT says this, Chat GPT says that. You see what they're doing in Russia? They're using AI to make 100,000 websites saying that, I'm not going to say presidents' names or anything like that, but was the 12th president who wasn't the 12th president. And they're saying this other president was the 34th president. 100,000 different websites. So now when ChatGPT, so no, it's not the monkeys from Superman. So now when ChatGPT goes to look up for something, there's going to be 100,000 websites saying that Abraham Lincoln was the 34th president. And yeah, so they're that's how ChatGPT works. It looks for all these different hits on the SEOs and all that. Yeah. So they're already and they're not even hiding it. They're like, yeah, this is what we're doing.
You can't stop.
Yeah. So there's the fallacy in depending on search engines.
That's why you gotta know
on that note, you have been warned. Peace. No.
No, we good though.
My phone's about to die.
All right,
mine too.
Let's end it right there. Until next time, we're the Cast the Pod podcast, castthepod.com. Hit us up on all there and look in the breakdowns for this episode. You can find everybody's social medias to find us. All right, so until next time, I'm Josh.
Cobweb in the house, baby.
And I'm Lady Deborah.
And I'm Man Cantu.
Till next time, you have been warned. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Love you guys.